Well. All right. So that was. I'm sure that the football game's not over yet, but obviously it's going to be not great. What's going on here? My camera's frozen again. This is just weird. Why is this thing doing this? I'm not sure what's going on with this whole stream thing. I'm not getting any connectivity. What's happening here? I don't know what's happening here. This is just kind of weird. I'm not sure what's happening. Sorry. For some reason, I'm having some really weird connectivity issues here. For some reason, what's happening, I don't know. This is strange. Why are we not connected here? Anyway, so yeah, I was just watching a little Ohio State football game. That was unfortunate watching that end like that. I'm not sure why this stream is screwing up over here, people. Sorry, I'm just not sure what's happening here. Something's not working right. I don't know. I'll have to try and get this thing restarted here. Anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? Episode 189. Just trying to get everything put together after a stressful Ohio State football game. Watching the game. Clearly, I have a feeling it's ending. I'm not watching it, but I imagine with 3 minutes left and us not having the ball that we're not going to win this game. So the undefeated season goes down as defeated season. Indiana winning. That's what I imagine. Okay, so let's see what else. Didn't do too much today. Decorate for Christmas. Today was Decorate for Christmas Day. That was what I did. I decorated for Christmas. So I did that whole thing. It was a Christmas decoration day. And didn't do much else. Just kind of kept everything, neatly ordered. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This one thing is just not working over here. I can't tell what's happening at all. I'm going to try and reset something here because I'm getting a really crappy looking stream on my end. I don't know if it looks great for you fine people, but I can't see squat over here. For some reason, it's just not working. My computer's not working great. Hopefully you can see it okay. You have to let me know. Anyway, it's like I said, this time of year, there's less things that happened in history that are exciting. And I had to struggle to find a full roster of stuff because there's less things that happen this time of year as compared to, the summer months when there's a lot of things going on and festivals and, record releases and tours and everything else. Right now, it's just a little bit slower this time of year. That's what I'm discovering when it comes to how the whole thing operates, the industry. Because normally our industry, when I've done this stuff, with the radio station forever, it just was never there. We slowed down so much this time of year, it wasn't even funny. The record labels would take literally weeks off at a time. And we wouldn't see any new music. We wouldn't get any ads. We wouldn't get serviced by the record companies. So a lot of that stuff happened because of this time of year specifically. The holidays, they would all take the holidays off for a month. So again, there'd be no new music, no ads, no services, and the tours, there was nobody to do tours. So that was a big part of it. So looking at the things that happen historically, same thing. There's not a ton of stuff. There's less things that happen this time of year. Look at some of the stuff that did happen, though. Again, we'll jump from, decade to decade, century to century, and we'll look at all the things that happened on this day, December the 6th, going back in history. All right? Fair enough. All right, I think I've got my shit together enough to start. Starting out, we're going to start all the way back in 1994. On this day in Los Angeles, Dumb and Dumber premiered. The movie Dumb and Dumber. No, I didn't see that movie until I don't even know when. It was probably only a few years ago that I actually watched the entire thing. I've caught snippets of it, but yeah, I never really caught the whole thing. Cause I don't know. It just, I, I didn't really ever. I don't know. I just probably in my not watching a lot of TV phase, I didn't catch it all, but it was all right. You know, it's definitely one of those movies you're just like you can't not laugh sometimes because it's that stupid. In some areas, it's definitely dumb. So yeah, so it's definitely that. It's dumb and dumber for a reason. So dumb. In 1995, on the 6th of December, Michael Jackson collapsed on stage while he was rehearsing for an HBO special. I tried to see what it was, but it looked like it was an exhaustion thing. He had been doing so much stuff. Plus, he was also probably at that point, getting some coaching from his helper, his mentor. The doctor giving him some prescriptions. So I think maybe the prescriptions probably helped. And that was part of it. Just saying. And then we're going to jump back to 1949. American blues artist Leadbelly died. Huddy William Ledbetter wrote many songs, including Goodnight Irene, Cotton Fields, Rock Online, and The Midnight Special. Let the Midnight Special shine a light on me. He was jailed several times for fights and knife-related incidents. He was a big knife-related incident guy. He was once jailed for shooting a man dead during an argument over a woman. So besides being a blues artist, he was quite the badass, actually. I did read a little about Leadbelly. I was like, damn, bro, this guy was like a real badass when it came to it. Now, in 1961, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Pete Best, because this was before Ringo Starr, met with their future manager, Brian Epstein. And they basically got the discussions about Epstein being their manager. Brian said he wanted 25% of their gross fees each week. He promised they'll never play again for less than $20, except for the cavern lunchtime sessions, which he'll get their fees doubled to, $40. At the time, John Lennon was the leader of the band, and he accepts this on the Beatles' behalf. Brian Epstein stayed with the band until he passed away in like 1967, I think is when he died. He was supposed to be their manager till like 85, but they broke up in 1970, so that didn't matter anyway. In 1962, during a session for the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan album, Bob Dylan recorded a Hard Rain's a Gonna Fall and a version of Hero Blues, What You Gotta Do, Oxford Town, and I Shall Be Free, a Studio A at Columbia Recording Studio in New York City. So big day for recording, December the 6th, 1962 for Bob Dylan. Rolling Stones recorded 19th Nervous Breakdown on A Mother's Little Helper at RCA Hollywood Studios in Los Angeles. I think I was going to have a 19th Nervous Breakdown today watching the football game, but that's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say, right? Every year, the Beatles would record Christmas and New Year's greetings this time of year. This year, they did it for pirate radio stations, Radio Caroline and Radio London. Both of these pirate radio stations had ships anchored off the British coastline, so they truly were, in the sense, pirate radio. The FCC frowns very heavily on that in this country. Even if you're in international waters, they take their airwaves very seriously. We know, because I've looked at what the fines are to do something of that nature, is ridiculous. If you would get fined by the FCC, it's literally like $100,000 a day for doing stuff like that. I think at minimum. So it's definitely not something you want to do as a pirate, is pirate radio in this country, because they will hunt you down. So it's not a good thing. They really, really, really take it very seriously. So not a pirate radio guy. Can't do it. Wish we could, but not the way it works. In 1969, on December the 6th, Led Zeppelin made their debut on the U.S. singles chart with Whole Lotta Love. It went on to make number 4 on the chart and was the first of 6 top 40 singles for the group in the U.S. Zeppelin never released any singles in the U.K., ever, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. They released albums, but never any singles in the United Kingdom, only in America. Just saying. All right, as one-hit wonders go, in 1969, Steam, okay? Steam is the band's name. They started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Na Na Hey Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye. Na 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 Na, Hey Hey Hey, Goodbye. That song. The song was actually recorded by Gary DiCarlo, who intended it to be a B-side of his first single. Gary didn't like the song when he recorded it, and executives wanted to issue it as the A-side. He insisted it be released under an assumed name. The song became number 5 in the UK for single for a girl group called Bananarama in 1983. Remember Bananarama? But yes, that was a one-hit wonder. Na 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 na, hey hey hey, kiss goodbye. So that's kind of funny if you think about it. One-hit wonders. Remember, a one-hit wonder, all that means is that have one hit within the top 40 and never again. Never anything top 40s. They can have other songs in the top 100, but can't be top 40. That's them. They're the rules. More Rolling Stones. Now, this is a one that I've read about historically before. Today's the day it happened. December the 6th, the Rolling Stones played a free festival at Altamont in California. You've heard about Altamont. And basically, it was about 300,000 people attended this concert. Now, they wanted it to be similar to like a Woodstock. So Jefferson Airplane played, Santana, Flying Burrito Brothers, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. It was supposed to have the Grateful Dead play and a few others. But the Rolling Stones decided that security should be the Hells Angels. So that's who did security. And, well, basically during the actual show, at some point, a fan named Meredith Hunter was stabbed to death by one of the Hells Angels. They were basically hired to police the event, as I said. Supposedly, she was waving a revolver. Another man drowned. Okay. 2 men were killed by hit-and-run accidents, and 2 babies were born. The Grateful Dead chose not to perform. Basically because of all the violence and all the goings-on. So they actually did not perform. So yes, Meredith Hunter killed, 2 other hit-and-runs, and a drowning in one of the irrigation canals. Scores of people were injured. Numerous cars were stolen and abandoned. During the Rolling Stones headline performance, violence erupted so close to the stage that this is when this woman was, stabbed to death and killed. It's caught actually all on film. This whole thing is on film. So Altamont, if you ever heard of it, is caught on film for the movie Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. So it's a very historic event. It only took place 4 months after Woodstock in Altamont, California. And it basically just became this crazy, crazy, chaotic show. Where, the vibes were bad, man. It just wasn't great. Hiring Hells Angels to be security was not the best idea. It just did not turn out well for the Rolling Stones or the festival itself. So basically 4 people killed and lots of other bad shit went on. Altamont. More Rolling Stones in 1972, while reading the morning paper in Nice, France, Keith Richards was surprised to learn that he had an arrest warrant for him and his girlfriend, Anita Pallenberg, for drug possession. You'll have that. Again, the Rolling Stones, they seem to get into a lot of trouble with that stuff. In 1975, and again, this is Florida, Reverend Charles Boykin of Tallahassee, Florida, organized the burning of Elton John and the Rolling Stones records, claiming they were sinful. Now, this is This is brilliant because it is Florida, okay? Boykin was reacting to the results from a survey that he said that 984 of the 1,000 local unmarried mothers had sex when listening to rock music. 984 of the 1,000 local unmarried mothers had sex when listening to rock music. Well, they were unmarried and they had a kid, so they had sex. So that's kind of a given. And that they were listening to rock music, I mean, that's subjective, isn't it? So he just chose the Rolling Stones and Elton John to be his lightning rods that I'm going to have a book burning because they are sinful and they bring the devil. That's all I can tell you, okay? All right. Smash the like button. Just do it. I'm in no mood. In 1978, the punkest punk band ever, the Sex Pistols' Sid Vicious, smashed a glass in the face of Patti Smith's brother, Todd Smith, during a fight in New York club Hurrah. Like, whoa. Bro, smashing a glass in someone's face? Sid Vicious. You are a crazy, crazy mother. That's the way it works. I'm just saying. Now, I was supposed to make sure that Riley has a birthday tonight. So I constructed a birthday shenanigans. See, look at this crazy thing. I'm going to hold this camera up so you can see it. Look at this. It's like all the sweets that one could want and bring you diabetes. So it's even got a happy birthday right there for Riley. Where is it at? Did it fall? Happy birthday. See right there. So it's happy birthday for Riley. Aw. A sweet for the sweet. There you go. Oh, I'm dropping shit. Sorry, Riley. Dropping your shit. Happy birthday. See, you can get birthday wishes too. You just have to smash the like button and then you get birthday wishes. All right. Europe. The band Europe, not the continent. Europe were number one on the UK singles chart with The Final Countdown. It's the final countdown. It became the second Swedish act to score UK number one. It reached number one in 25 countries, and the song's lyrics were inspired by David Bowie's song Space Oddity. I kind of tried to read about that a little bit, but I didn't find information. So I just guess, when he was counting down, I guess it's the final countdown. I'm not really 100% sure, but sure, makes sense. All right, we talked about the last show of his career, Cleveland, Ohio. And on this day, the 6th of December, Roy Orbison died of a heart attack at the age of 52. He scored the 1964 number one single Pretty Woman, plus 20 other top 30 singles, including Only the Lonely, Crying. He was also part of the Traveling Wilburys, known as Lefty Wilbury, and that was with Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Tom Petty. They had the song Handle with Care. Roy Orbison had a lot of tragedy in his life growing up. His first wife, Claudia, died in a motorcycle accident in 1966, and 2 of his 3 sons died in a house fire. Whew, man, that's a lot to throw on someone. Anyway, so Roy Orbison left this mortal coil today, 1988, on December the 6th. More Beatles. In 1994, 24 years after they broke up, Tower Records released the Beatles live at the BBC, a 69-track double album of tunes recorded for BBC shows such as Top Gear, Easy Beat, Saturday Club, and Pop Goes the Beatles. The LP will rise straight to the top of the UK chart, selling 600,000 copies by the end of July and 2 million in the US 4 weeks later. That's a ton. Again, for a band that has broken up for 24 years. It's nuts if you think about it. Crazy. In 2003, Elvis Costello married jazz artist Diana Krall in a ceremony at Elton John's UK mansion. Bougie. About 150 guests included Paul McCartney, as well as a few other dignitaries like Elton John. It was his house. It was Costello's third marriage. Rock stars, sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know, the whole thing. Just saying. Beyonce went to #1 in 2008 on this day, the 6th of December, with I Am Sasha's Fierce. The singer's third studio album. It debuted at #1, making Knowles the third female artist this decade after Britney Spears and Alicia Keys to have their first 3 albums debut on the top spot. Yes, Miss Knowles. I still liked her in Goldmember. I thought it was funny. Now, this is crazy. Again, memorabilia prices. The electric guitar played by Bob Dylan in the 1965 Newport Folk Festival was sold at an auction in New York. Ready for this one? $965,000. $1 million, basically. It was a Fender Stratocaster, and it had been the possession of a New Jersey family for 48 years after Dylan forgot it and left it on a private plane. So I don't know how they got it. I tried to find out how they got it, but yeah, they basically forgot it and they just left it, and it's a guitar. It's no big deal. Yeah, family held on to this thing for 48 years as their legacy and sold it for $1 million. Happy birthday to you. Wow. In 2016, it was reported that more money had been spent on vinyl than downloaded albums for the first time. Vinyl sales made the record industry $2.9 million, while the industry downloads took in $2.6 million. The Entertainment Retailers Association said it marked the big shift in music. In the same week of the previous year, vinyl albums made $1.7 million, while digital made out with $5.7. Whoops. That's a pretty substantial jump right there. Just selling. Just saying. Trying to find this. Okay. Now this one just like... Sean Diddy Combs in 2023. A fourth woman accused Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault, alleging he and 2 others had gang raped her while she was 17. Jane Doe, she was referenced in the legal action, claimed the rapper flew her to his New York studio in 2003. She alleged she was given copious amounts of drugs and alcohol before Diddy and 2 other men took turns raping her. Responding to the allegations, Diddy said in a statement, "Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of these awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." Let's see how that works out for you. In 2023, Taylor Swift capped off a stellar 23 by being Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Taylor's Eras Tour broke box office records and provoked an inquiry into the Ticketmaster sales practices. Followers like Barack Obama, Greta Thunberg, and Volodymyr Zelensky all commented on Swift's success. Crazy. It's just good stuff. It's just, I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not a Swiftie. Sorry, not a big Taylor fan, Swiftie, but wow, that's just, the accomplishments are pretty hellacious right there. So do we see, did we get our friend Riley? Was Riley here? Did she get her birthday shout out? Because like I said, look, I made her a cake. See, look, it's got all sorts of things. It's got lollipops and candy and all the things that are good for rotting your teeth. See, look, happy birthday right there. See? So there's your shout out, Riley. I was told you needed a shout out. So there's the birthday shout out for Riley once again. So you too can get birthday shout outs. But you have to smash the like button. I need thousands of likes. That's what I want. Feed the likes and the shares and all the other things you're supposed to do. That's how it works, right? Right. All right, let's see. Births and deaths today. Born today, Agnes Moorehead. Now, this is old school. Agnes Moorehead was in Bewitched. It was Endora. She died at the age of 74. If she was alive, she'd be 125. So she's a witch, so she's fine. That's why I gave you 125 years old. Wally Cox, birthday today. He also died. He would have been 101. But anyway, he was the voice for Underdog. So if you've ever seen the old Underdog cartoons, he was the voice of Underdog. With a little ring, he puffed a little pill out. Underdog. Tom Hulse is 72 today. Tom Hulse was Larry Kroger, or Pinto, to anyone that knew him in Animal House. He also played Amadeus. But yes, he was Pinto in the movie Animal House with John Belushi. Stephen Wright is 60 today, comedian Stephen Wright. I have a light switch in my garage. I turn it on. It doesn't do anything. I got a call from the lady in Germany the other day. She said, stop it. That deadpan humor of his. Stephen Wright, 60 today. Let's see. Ooh, Sarah Rafferty, 53. She was Donna in the series Suits. If you ever watched that Suits, that television show, I binged that one. I liked binging that. Peter Buck of REM is 69 today. I think I have Peter Buck's. I do. I still have the autograph from REM. That didn't get stolen. That's one of the things I still actually have when REM played for the station many, many years ago. Quite some time. Randy Rhoads, the original founding member of Quiet Riot, born on this day. He's died at the age of 25 in 1982. He also wrote with Ozzy Osbourne in Black Sabbath. And David Lowery of the Pixies, drummer of the Pixies, is 63 today. On the death list, we know Roy Orbison died today on December the 6th. He was 52 years old. Pete Seig of the Buzzcocks died today. He was 63. Frances Bear was Aunt Bee on the Andy Griffith Show. Aunt Bee, she was 86 when she died. Don Amici, one of the brothers in Trading Places. I think it was Mortimer. He was 85. And Werner Kempler, Colonel Klink on Hogan's Heroes, died on this day. He was 80 when he died. I know nothing, says Sergeant Schultz. Benko, my old roommate, were you Radical Romper Room before 21? I was there, yes. Oh my God, she's so happy. Woo, that's crazy. Best birthday shout out ever. Hey, of course I do birthday shout outs. You have to do a great birthday shout out, right? If I don't do a good birthday shout out, then I'm not worth my whatever, right? Not worth my promises. Of course I do a birthday shout out. It's my birthday in 3 days, so I get to do my own birthday shout out in 3 days. That's right. I get to do my own birthday shout out. Deep cleansing breaths, people. Deep cleansing breaths. All right, I'm gonna leave for 10 seconds. I need to go get a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Promise. So don't leave. I'm still here. I'm coming back. All right, I'm back. Like I said, sorry, I had to get water. Deeply parched. I had too many chicken wings and snacks preparing for the football game today. Oh, man. Totally didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming at all. That's the way that works. Well, hopefully Riley had a good shout out for her birthday. I don't have a lot of other stuff. Like I said, you know, the music news is a little slim this time of year. I think it's because, again, less shows happen in the wintertime. It's just the way it works. I was trying to look at my concert stub tickets and big rooms that have happened to try and figure out what shows have occurred. This is when we did a lot of our holiday shows would happen this time of year. When we'd have the bands come in and we'd do multiple band shows, for the radio station. December, this time of year specifically, a lot of times we always had them happen on the weekend of the first week of December. So that's why I was trying to find a list of those, but I got lazy and distracted and squirrel. So that happens. What can I tell you? I'm easily distracted. That's how that works. Why wouldn't I be? We all are. Anyway, let me see. All right, what's going on here? Let me see. Give me one on May 28th. I will totally give you a shout out on May 28th. I'm making note of that right now. May 28th birthday shout out. There it is. All right. Anybody else have a birthday shout out they need me to remember and write down somewhere? I can do birthday shout outs. I can do that. There's Cassie. What's up, Cassie? Sup? Cassie's like giving me gifts and roses and things. Look, she gave me 3 roses. Oh, that's awesome. Cassie, you rock. Oh, thanks, Cass. How nice of you. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. That's what it says. It tells me these things. It gives notes. It gives me notes of things I'm supposed to do. I need like a team to give me notes and tell me things because, I can't do that. Let's see. Bring them back, Ben. Bring them back. Be a Ben Hamilton. Aw. I would love to be that. I would love to be that. So, yes. But, bringing things back has never been one of my strong suits. I'm kind of a go-forward person. What can I tell you? That's all it is. I'm a go-forward person. All right. Well, I'm going to keep this one short and simple because, like I said, don't want to bore you with just meaningless facts of things that didn't really matter. So I don't really have a lot of stuff that doesn't really matter tonight. So I'm gonna get out of here and go lick my wounds after the Ohio State University took a beating by the Indiana Hoosiers tonight. Who's your daddy? Apparently, Indiana is. They would be the daddy tonight. Ohio State took a beating. Anyway, on that note, peace out. Look for you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be Sunday. I think I'll be in a less phonetic mood because I won't be so rushed. Until then, I will give you all a fond farewell and come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I'll be on time as well. I won't be late. I was late also because the football game and, all those things. What can I say? Adieu. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to fade to black.